Hello everybody and welcome back to Voice of Fire Tarot, and if you're new to this channel, a warm welcome to you. So for today's reading, I'm going to be asking Spirit what new door or what door is going to open up for you. And this could be anything. This could be a new opportunity, it could be a person, an event, a major change really. And for this, instead of using crystals for each group, I've used the metaphor of the door knocker. So going from left to right, we have group 1 on the left, group 2 in the middle, and group 3 on the right. So as usual, please take your time, use your intuition, and pause the video if necessary to select which group or groups most resonate with you. Please also remember that these are general readings, so just take what resonates with you and leave the rest. If you do wish to have a more personal reading, you can do so by following the link below. And also, if you like the content of my channel, please remember to like, share and subscribe as it helps the channel to grow. And also, please leave a comment if you wish to do so. Okay, so thank you very much. And I look forward to seeing what you're reading. Goodbye. Hello group 1 and welcome to your reading. You chose the first door knocker, and this reading will be about what door or which door is going to open for you next, and this could be anything. And when I'm connecting to your energies, group 1, I do see a lot of abundance. What I see is kind of a tree, a dark tree, but it's got different coloured gems in it. And this opens out above it to like a dark indigo sky with the moon on it. So I think it's going to come in a kind of an unexpected way, and this particular door will open for you, possibly in coordination with some sort of phase of the moon that's really important for you. So yeah, very interesting start, group 1. So as usual, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use a mixture of tarot cards and oracle cards to get the message about which door is opening for you. And then what I'm going to do then, I'm going to be asking what you can do to really make the most out of this opportunity, or this doorway really. Okay, so Spirit, please, for group 1, can you tell me which door is opening for them next, please? Okay, what have we got? So we have the Two of Cups, followed by the Hermit, followed by the Hanged Man. Wow, okay. So this is the unexpected element I see with the Hanged Man. And obviously with the Hanged Man, the major arcana, he hangs upside down in order to see that the world from a different perspective. And I see a lot of self-reflection happening for you. And this is at the center with this Hermit card. And what's happening as a result of this self-reflection, a door is opening for you. And what I see is another way of looking at things. We have a mirror. A lot of the times this Two of Cups refers to, that's quite similar to the Lovers, but in a minor arcana, in a three-dimensional sense, it can really refer to somebody finding a soulmate or finding a companion. That could be right for some of you, but I do sense that what's happening is you are getting some insight and you're seeing things in a different way. And what's happening I won't say your world has turned upside down, but your view is really changed in a really, really interesting way and an unexpected way. And this is because you've done so much inner work, which is what I see here. Things have really opened up for you. Your sights have been opened up, and it's like you've connected to another part of yourself that's opened up a lot of knowledge to you. This is what I feel from this. So what I feel I'm going to do, group 1, I'm going to get a bit of clarity for this Two of Cups card. See where we're going with this. Are we talking about a person? As I said before, it could be for some of you. It could be another person, or it could be something to do with yourself, or as a result of your inner work, which I think, a lot of you in this group have been doing. Okay, what have we got for Spirit? For group 1. The Two of Cups. Wow, and we have the bottom of the deck, we have these 7 of Cups, and what this is, it's almost like the gems I was seeing in that tree, in that dark tree, and there were loads of different gems, and these gems reveal loads of different things, and different ways of looking at things, and different, almost different gifts that are being revealed. It's like gifts are being revealed that you didn't really expect. So under the 2 of Cups, we have the Queen of Wands. Wow. So what we have here, I really do think this is a new, buoyant, really actually a really healthy, positive side of yourself. Or maybe even for some of you, this might be your true self, which you might have been hiding for quite a length of time, really. It's almost like you've been in a cocoon. Or like the chrysalis that we see here with the Hanged Man. The chrysalis, like they hang upside down and they undergo a transformation. It takes a certain amount of time. They're kind of in the dark. Their inner self is in the dark, and then they explode out into that butterfly. So it's almost like you're blooming. It's like you're coming into bloom, like your full self is coming out. Because the Queen of Wands, she's very much to do with, self-power, self-confidence, the outgoing parts. I believe she's to do with the astrological sign of Leo, which is being really, really out there and able to express yourself in the way that you want to. So this is a very, very positive thing. Lovely. So I'm going to get some oracle cards now to get a bit more information about this. And I feel I'm going to go to the Oracle of the 7 Energies. This has some very, very colourful imagery as well. So more information, please, Spirit, on which door is going to open next for people in group 1, please, who picked the first door knocker. Okay. Healing the heart. Wow. And yes, this heart, what's happening is here is this heart is coming from this 2 of Cups. This is where it's actually, I won't say falling in love with yourself, but you're loving yourself again. And there's 2 of Cups. The Cups is to do with emotion. The Cups is to do with the heart. There's something in your heart that's been causing you a lot of trouble, really. For quite a long time. That is starting to heal, and you're starting to get glimmers of really your true self coming out, what it really is to be you, and that is coming out really, really strongly as well. And it's all a result of this pause you've had. It's like I see this as kind of a metamorphosis. It's like you've been on hold for a long time, and what's happened is this is coming out. And I feel that this isn't the first stage of this. I feel there's different stages of this happening. And because you're having a much closer connection to your heart and to your emotions, to your feelings, you're starting to do the things you want to do, express yourself in the way you want to do. And this is bringing, a new part of yourself that people may be quite surprised about, or they hadn't seen the extent of the true you. So it's a very, very positive thing happening here, group 1. I think next, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go for this deck, I think. Wild Unknown Archetypes. Okay, Spirit, more information, please, for group 1. On which door, oh, that was too many. On which door is going to open for them next, please? What do we have here? Wow, look at this. The heart. Yeah, the heart is really, wow, we have healing the heart and we have the heart. And the heart is really the epicenter of everything. And if you look inside this heart, you actually see a little boat with 2 people in it. And it's moving on to the next stage. And I really do feel that these 2 people, for a lot of you, maybe not all of you, but a lot of you, that's 2 parts of yourself. It's almost like you're meeting that other part of yourself, that other part of your soul. And it's almost like you're in unison. And now you can go on this journey together. I feel like there might have been a bit of, because of some pain, maybe some trauma or difficulty that's been affecting your heart and the way you connect yourself, the way you connect your inner child, the way you connect your emotions, your feelings, your heart chakra. I think you might have been a bit distant from that other self. It might have been put away, almost like put away in a cupboard for a while. And now it's starting to come out and you're coming together, and now you're really on this journey together now. There's a coming together. This is really, really powerful. Okay, so what I want to know now, please, Spirit, for group 1, what I'd like to know is what can they do, what measures can they take, what things can they do to really get the most out of this change that's going to happen for them by this door opening for them. Any advice for them, please, Spirit? Okay. Okay. We have the Page of Cups, followed by the Ace of Wands, followed by the Eight of Wands. So to me, this is all systems go, basically. All systems go ahead. And really, I think what Spirit wants you to do is really start to build up your energy reserves, and I think this will start to become easier for you, and this is dependent on how easily you connect, as I said before, connecting to your heart and connecting to your inner child. So this is really about doing things you enjoy. Spending your time, having that downtime is really important. If you're somebody who works a lot and hasn't got time for things like this, I think now is a really important time for you to really start to connect to your inner child, to your sense of enjoyment, really letting your hair down. And what this is doing, these cards are very, very similar, especially in this context. We're looking at things from a very, very different perspective, looking at the world in a more colourful way than you never knew was possible before. We're seeing the fish come out of the cup. The hangman's hanging upside down. So these are seeing things from a very, very different perspective. It's almost seeing the truth of things. And what this is going to do, this is going to give you inspiration. So I see a lot of inspiration, a lot of fire, a lot of energy. It's almost like inspired ideas are going to come your way. Things will seem to flow a lot more easier. And then we have this Eight of Wands. And what this is going to do, what they're almost telling me that you need to do is actually start to plan really, and to actually think what it is you enjoy, what it is you want to do with your time, what it is you want to achieve, and go and really approach it from that perspective of it being new and it being wonderful and different and unique. And what will happen is you'll start to become more laser focused, and you'll be able to make decisions more easily, and you will start to hit the target. So I think the Page of Cups as well is also to do with our intuition. It's almost like, I get a feel like with the Hanged Man, it's that feeling of letting go, of surrendering, and really being open to whatever messages or whatever things come in to you. And it's really important for you to be open to this. This is what Spirit is saying, because what this will do, this will give you the inspiration, this will give you the firepower to actually make more, I would say, more informed decisions that are actually based on what your heart wants to do, rather than just the mind, rather than just the intellect or what you think you should be doing. Okay. Right, so I'd like to get a bit more about this Eight of Wands. Where are we going? What are we focusing on? I know this can be very, very different from a lot of you, but I want to get a general flavour of what we're going towards with this, please. So I think I'm going to go back to this tarot deck. So for group 1, please, where are we going? Where is this Eight of Wands going, please? Where is it going towards? Wow, we have Four of Swords. This is actually, what it's saying to me is that you have to be quite restful in the mind. So what they're saying is, they're actually telling me how you are supposed to do this, how you are supposed to be focused. It's not through loads and loads of physical activity, loads of mental activity. You need to have a clear mind. You need rest. You need sleep. You need to give time to yourself, possibly to meditate, maybe chakra work. I see a lot of gold energy flowing through all the chakras. Really giving yourself time, really starting to align your energy centers. in other words, your chakras, and things will start to flow much more easier for you. I want another card as well. King of Swords, yes. What will happen is you'll become, by giving your mind, that relaxation really, that space, things will become much more clearer. You'll start to realise what decisions you have to make. You'll be really, really clear and forward, like the King of Swords. He doesn't dilly-dally, he makes decisions really, really quickly, which is what the energy of this Eight of Wands is about. It's once you've had that time to recuperate, once you've had that time to align, to center yourself, as you see with the Four of Swords, the answer will come to you and then the flow will start. Your ideas, your inspiration, the ideas you've been getting will start to flow really, really quickly, which is what we're seeing with the Eight of Wands. So you really go, it's really bringing you towards practicing more clarity and how to manage yourself, I think. How to manage yourself in terms of giving yourself that downtime, treating it really, really seriously. And what this will do is give you much more clarity and inspiration to move forward. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go back to these other decks. So inspiration, please, or advice, please, for group 1 on how they can best manage this door that is going to open for them, please. But I feel with this group, it's not a sudden opening of the door. I think it's a gradual thing, and then things will start to, it's almost like they drip feed into you time at a time, but there will come a point and you start to reflect and think, oh wow, this was actually open for me. And you'll be quite amazed really at what's built up. The desert. Okay. So what I feel here, this is to do with perception. So with the desert, we can think it's just sand. It's all the same thing. But also, what it's about is also, it's almost seeing things. It's almost the mirages, believing in the mirages that happen in the desert. There might be one person, one hand. It's a very strange deck. But what I've just noticed is that we have the moon, and I remember I said about the phases of the moon, so that's pretty interesting actually. And also with that moon we have a red sky. What also might be referring to, it also seems to me that this moon is really the epicenter of the energy, and we have a hand reaching out of the desert towards the moon. So it's definitely saying something about these phases of the moon. And this particular phase, I believe this might be a waning crescent. I might be wrong. I'm not entirely sure. A waxing crescent, I'm not entirely sure. But that sort of phase we're looking at. So it's almost like a cycle's coming to a close, or it's starting to begin again with this particular moon phase. This is really indicating your time to make that decision. So possibly, for some of you, if you're used to moon work or working with phases of the moon, you might be doing particular spells or rituals, or even meditating during a particular phase, or using particular crystals. That might be quite good for you, and that will guide you. What I did see as well, the desert, as I'm saying, guiding you. You might feel that everything is a desert, and in the desert everything's the same. It's quite hard to find out which way you're going, but it's almost like this moon is a guide for this hand to follow. So yes, that's the message from this card. It took a bit of a while to get to it, but I now see what this card is trying to say. It's almost like there is a guide for you. What seems like everything's the same, you don't know which way to go, there is a guide. And this could possibly, for some of you, be the moon, some sort of celestial body, something like that you could follow. It doesn't have to be the moon, it could be something else, but I do really feel that energy coming strongly through this. It could even be a metaphor for your own intuition or what your soul is wanting to do. So your own intuition, which the moon is also to do with, our own intuition as well. It's to do with our soul. What it's really saying is go along with that, and that will lead you in the correct direction, across the desert to find that oasis. Okay. It's not just about the mind and the earthly things. You need to rely on your intuition. That's really, really important for you now in order for you to bring this hidden, wonderful part of yourself about. And this self that's coming out for you, I see a lot of creativity here, and the Queen of Wands, she's about expressing that creativity. So I think a lot of you might have had something that you've been thinking about for quite a while. You might not have had the inner confidence to bring it out in yourself, but now this opportunity or this door opening is showing you a way. Okay, but I think this is as a result of inner work, and I think there is still more inner work to do, but it does require you to give yourself that time and that space. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to pick another card just to finish off the reading from the Witch's Wisdom. Okay, Witch's Wisdom Oracle. So any more advice, please, for people... That was too many. Any more advice, please, for people in group 1 and what they can do to make the most of this doorway that is opening for them, please. Ancestors, remembrance. Okay. That's an interesting. I wasn't expecting that. But what I do see that's interesting is a doorway that is opening. And we have two objects. I'm not sure if they're stones or something like that. We have 2 here with the 2 of Cups. So it's almost like by possibly connecting to your ancestors, connecting to your intuition, you'll possibly get guidance from them. And this is what will come through. If you look at this, by connecting to we have the skulls here, we have the swords and everything and the bones, but we also have this lovely, these stars that are really glinting. We have the sun here. So it's telling me really, it's almost like connecting to the origin of yourself, the origin of your soul, but also, yes, possibly your ancestors, and possibly different information will come through from them, through the spirit world whilst you're meditating. This can come through in any sort of way, any sort of synchronicity as well. And this will give you guidance. And again, we're going towards something, as we see here with this moon. This is kind of your guide. So what it's saying is, yes, connect to your inner self, but also, possibly for some of you, connect to your ancestors as well. That might be really, really good for you. You might possibly find out about your ancestors. Try and connect with them while you're meditating. If you have a particular question to ask of them, anything like that, and you might be surprised at what answers actually come out for you as well. Okay, so a lovely reading to start, group 1. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you liked the reading. If you did like it, please remember to like, share and subscribe to my channel as well. And please leave a comment if you wish to do so. Okay, so thank you very much for watching and goodbye. Hello group 2 and welcome to your reading. You chose the second door knocker, which was in the middle, so the second door. So what I'm going to be asking Spirit today is what's going to happen really, what this door is, what this door will reveal to you, what this door will open up for you really. And when I'm connecting to your energies, what I instantly get is it's almost a sense of something very small and lonely in the middle of a large expanse of sea. And what this is it's almost like a little sailing boat with a red sail on it. And one half of the sky is dark, like nighttime, on the right, and on the left the sky is light, so it's got a daylight really. But what's really strange is that it's almost like the boat is coming out of the dark side and it's going towards the light, but it's actually going backwards or towards the horizon, but it's going to the left of the screen really. This is what I'm seeing. And I'm getting the word, I don't usually use this word, but I'm getting the word hustle coming through. So I'm just feeling from this. So for some of you, you might have been working on some sort of side hustle, something you've been keeping in the dark, under wraps really for quite some time. And you're actually starting to bring it out into the open. It's like you've been living 2 lives. It's almost like you've been working on something secretly that you don't want other people to know, because you're really working on it. You're trying to build it up. But now you're getting the traction, and the wind is blowing and it's bringing it out of that darkness into the light. But it's like almost you have to go backwards to go forward. But by going backwards or by going in the other direction, you will find something else out that will make things stronger. And with this red, it seems very, very powerful, this red sail, in, you know, amidst this expanse of sea, really. So it feels like you're grounding it. You're grounding something that you've been really working on for some time. Some sort of side business, some sort of activity, something like that, which you're bringing out now. So what I'm going to do, I'll use a mixture of, as I usually do, of tarot cards and oracle cards to find out what this door actually is and how you can make the most out of this doorway, really, that's opening for you. So Spirit, for group 2, please can you give me information about which door is opening for them next, please. Based on this information that I've seen, that I've channeled from you, what's opening up for the next, please? What door is opening for them, please? Okay. Let's have a little look. Now that's interesting. On the bottom of the deck we have a red, quite obviously a red heart, in the middle of sky. Almost like storm clouds, darkness. So this is an interesting way to start the reading. So let's see where we're going. So we have the Knight of Cups. Then we have the Nine of Cups. Then we have the Six of Swords. And as I said before, we have a boat, which is really strange. And it's going along in the opposite direction to what I saw, but it's going along an expanse of water, and I feel like almost it's coming out of some choppy waters into something much more calmer. And really I see a lot of possibilities here. I never noticed these grey trees as well, and there's land in the distance, and it's almost like unknown. And when you get closer to these grey trees, the colour will start to be more obvious, things will start to be revealed to you. This Nine of Cups as well is a lovely energy. This is about that sense of satisfaction, I would say, emotional fulfillment. It's like you're starting to get your wishes, and I see this Knight of Cups as something that really fulfills and really strikes you at the center of your heart. It's almost like healing your heart in some sort of way, and that's helping you to move forward, to come out of the darkness on that little sailing boat. And then we have the Four of Pentacles. Okay, I'm not entirely sure with this Four of Pentacles where we're going with that, so I will get a bit more information about it. So, Spirit, please give me more information about the Four of Pentacles. But it's almost like when they say like somebody's got their cards to their chest, this is what I'm seeing here. You're holding this very, very tightly. Their pentacles is something earthly. It's something that you're not wanting to reveal at the moment. Okay, Knight of Swords. This is a counter energy, and also if you notice, this Knight of Swords is going that way, which is a similar direction to what the boat I saw was going when I was channeling, which is really, really interesting. Okay, so this to me is the courage to actually really let go of them cards and start to reveal what your cards are, or to start to reveal bits about what you've possibly been working on. That's what's really coming through strongly. What you've been working on, what you've been doing in the shadows, start to bring it out. And this Knight of Swords is really about courage. And what this will do, this will actually help to propel that boat forward really towards wish fulfillment. That's what I'm seeing here. Can I have some more information, please, about the wish fulfillment card, the Nine of Cups, please, Spirit? What are these wishes that are being fulfilled for people in group 2, please? Obviously, it can be different for everybody, but what's the general energy of it, please? Wow, we have the Ace of Pentacles. So this, to me, is a bright, it's almost like the sun here, and this is complete daylight. It's a bright new opportunity. It's actually been given to you. It's actually acting as a guide for you. It's almost like the North Star, which is guiding that boat towards a destination. So you definitely have something very valuable. And I think something that could actually earn you a lot of money. But it's almost like it's the birth of it. It's a new idea. It's a new way of making money from it. And there's an archway here in this garden, and there's also a path, and it's leading you to what looks like the unknown. These mountains are the unknown, but beyond, it's almost like saying if you don't go into the unknown, you're not going to know what more treasures there are waiting for you. So I feel it's kind of you're releasing something, or you're releasing something, and you're actually getting the courage, I think, to actually go forward with it. And what this is doing is revealing something to you, revealing a new opportunity. I'm seeing this as a new way of you actually grounding this idea you've got, this business or something you've been working on the side. You're actually grounding it. And what this is doing is giving you a way, or a sign really, of a way you can actually go forward with it. And this is leading to a lot of wish fulfillment here. Wow. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go to this deck here. This is Divination of the Ancients. And I'm going to ask Spirit, please, what is it? This new door that's opening, or this door that's going to open next for people in group 2, please. Wow. Coins, we have a coin here. This is coins abundance. This is absolutely wonderful. Yes, you are definitely going to get some abundance from this. Maybe quite a lot of abundance. I'm feeling quite a lot, really, with the Nine of Cups mixed with the Knight of Cups as well. It's almost like it's not just getting the money, but it's also getting that the emotional fulfillment from it as well. It's almost like you've achieved something, and now you can see a way forward. And yes, this is the abundance that's been held for you. And in the middle of this card, you can see there's a gold coin. We have a gold coin here. Wow, so something very, very powerful, very abundant coming in for you. Group 2. Okay, I think I'm going to go to this deck now. Oracle of the 7 Energies. What else do you have to say to group 2, please, about this new door that is opening for them next? Close encounters. But also what I'm seeing is something, this butterfly is going to be uncaged and would be released. And I feel it's almost, this is what you've been working on. It's been inside a cage almost. I was to see with this 4 of Pentacles, and now you are releasing it. And also what's interesting about this card, we have something, it's almost like, I think this is what's holding this cage, but it's gold or bronze. And this is the key really. This is what is waiting for you. We have all these lovely rose petals as well, all these different colors, all these different stars, and everything is just opening out for you. Really, really powerful. I want to get a bit more information about that Close Encounters card. Okay, Spirit, please can I have some clarity about the Close Encounters card, please, for group 2. Look, we have complete abundance here, complete fulfillment. Wow, yes, definitely. And this Close Encounters, what came to me as well, I feel it's Close Encounters maybe with other people with other energies that will actually help you with this particular thing you're working on. So if it is a business, what I said when I actually opened up this reading, I said there was a feeling of loneliness in a vast expanse. There's a feeling of the unknown. That sailing boat is sailing by itself, but it's almost like you're meeting others who, their energy, their ideas can actually, you can bounce them off each other. That can fuel your ideas. And it's almost like what will happen is these will come together, and this will bring you, it's almost like a sense of community, but from this is lovely abundance coming from this. There's a sense of achievement, and there's a sense of completing a cycle. And I see somebody here in the dark, and they're looking out of that doorway, and it's almost like it's time to bring your ideas out into the light, out really to show it to the world, actually to interact with the outside world as well. Wow, big changes here, group 2, and very abundant changes as well. So what I'm going to ask now, please, Spirit, is what can We'll go to this deck now. So what can group 2 please do to make the most out of this doorway that is opening for them in the most positive way, please? Okay. So we have the 7 of Cups. Now, immediately what came to me is to actually believe in your dreams. This is what I'm seeing here, is to believe in your dreams. And it's time, this figure is in the dark, it's time to come out of the darkness, bring them out of the darkness. And it's interesting, I was talking about this red sailing boat, and around this particular cup, we have a red glow around it. So something very, very powerful. It's a particular idea that I believe that in this group you have a lot of ideas. You probably channel a lot of ideas. You have a really, really vivid imagination. You're able to connect to certain things in other realms, and you can bring them down. But there's one particular thing that you possibly have. Yes, I think you have been working on it, and I do feel it's very creative. It could be artistic. It could be anything. It could be an idea for something, for a business, anything really. But this is the key that's going to bring this abundance to you. Wow, and then we have Queen of Wands. So the advice is really to have that confidence, have that courage, and to really focus on, this to me is complete happiness. It's happiness in yourself. It's having that sense of self-worth, that self-esteem. And what they say now is time to express yourself in the unique way that you are really. There's a uniqueness about you, I think, group 2. And then we have the Temperance card. Lovely. So this is about healing. This is about balance. And wow, we have these 2 cups here. We have this mixing. I think you're going to get a lot of healing, a lot of inner alchemy of your energies as well from doing this. So I think it's really focusing really on that connection that you have. If you are connected to a particular guardian angel, then it is good for you to connect to them. They will help you channel this energy. This to me is a high vibration part of it. And what they wanted you to do now is really, really bring it down to earth. And what's interesting as well, we have the red triangle, the symbol of fire, I believe, the element of fire on the robe, which I believe this is Archangel Michael. And then we have the red wings as well. So that's just really important for you. It needs to be grounded, it needs to come down. But it's something really high vibrational, and it's something very, very creative. I'd like to know more about this Temperance card, please, Spirit, for group 2. Wow, I've never seen that. They are really reinforcing the point. You have 2 Temperance cards, 2 major arcanas, which are the same. Very, very powerful major arcanas. And what they're saying, it's almost what I'm getting from this is to mix the higher realms, things that are high vibration, which is your ideas, which I believe you're bringing down. Probably ideas that are to do with healing, probably very, very spiritual. They want you to bring it down. They want you to alchemize it within yourself, but also bring it into reality. It's like you're mixing the higher realms or things from a higher dimension with 3-dimensional. Wow, really, really powerful. A really strong spiritual slant on this as well. So, to get more advice, I'm going to go to the Mediumship training deck. So, Spirit, more advice, please, for people in group 2 about how to make the most of this doorway that's opening for them. Power of empathy. And what's really interesting is we have this expanse of sea, and we have the heart, which is red, which is probably what I saw, that sailing boat in the middle of the expanse of sea. And it's actually, if you look at it, this is the direction this boat was going in. So what they're really saying to me, that boat is almost saying, follow your heart. In whichever direction you're going, it doesn't matter. You're emerging from the darkness into the light. Follow your heart. What is it that your heart wants to do? And in order for you to connect with what your heart wants to do, what your heart wants to achieve, what it wants to ground on earth, you need to connect with this high vibration. Really connect with your guardian angel, with this it could be an archangel, it could be any sort of spirit guide. But they're going to help you with this journey, because I do feel you are on a journey. It feels like a solitary journey, but now what they're saying is it's time to bring it out into the open. Wow, I can't believe that. It's so similar to what I channeled, really. And one last card, please. So I'm going to go back to... No, I'm going to go towards this deck, I think. Gateway of Light Activation Oracle. One last word of advice, please, Spirit, for people in group 2 about this. I am presence. I am presence. Light body activation, accessing the divine within. Yes, it's about you connecting to the divine, to your soul. Really, really focus on that. And we have this lovely yellow light. If you look, it's matching the yellow, the sunflower, the yellow crown, the yellow dress of that Queen of Wands. This is bringing out your true you. It's almost like that kind of Aries energy. It's actually, you're taking your rightful place in the three-dimensional. But in order to do that, what you need to do, you do need to access that divine within you. You need to maintain that connection to your guides, connection to the angels, and they will guide you along this journey. They will help you as well. Beautiful, beautiful reading, group 2. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked it. If you did, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And once again, thank you very much for watching. Goodbye. Hello, group 3, and welcome to your reading. You chose the 3rd door knocker, and this reading will be about what door is going to open for you next. And immediately I just get the word ascension that's coming through. And before that, I had a little, well, at the beginning of when I was channeling through your energies, I saw like one of them toy trucks, a side view, and there was some like building blocks in there, like children's building blocks, things that are building up. And then I kind of had the word ascension, and I saw a little star that was moving in the top, really, of my vision, of my third eye. It was quite dark. There was a lovely gold star at the top. So I do think there is some strong sense of you ascending to the next level, really. I feel like a lot of you in this group are going through some sort of, which a lot of people are, some sort of spiritual journey or spiritual development. And I feel this is coming through strongly for you, group 3. So let's see what we have. So as usual, I will be using a mixture of tarot and oracle cards to really delve into what this door is that's opening for you. And then I'll be asking Spirit for the best way, really, that you can get the most positive result out of this as well. So firstly, Spirit, what door is open next for people in group 3, please? Okay, we have the Death card on the bottom, so there's definitely the end of some sort of phase and the beginning of another one. So very, very transformational energy here. So we have the 4 of Cups, followed by the 10 of Wands, followed by the Wheel of Fortune, wow, followed by the 6 of Wands. And what I'm seeing here, I'm seeing a journey. So what's happened here is that there's some sort of message or some information that's coming to you, and you might not be completely aware of it at the moment, but I think it's coming through you in dribs and drabs. And I think it's directly from Spirit, or it could be from your spirit guides, but it's not from a three-dimensional. It's not from the three-dimensional. And what it's doing at the moment, I feel like you are carrying a lot of this information and it's building up. But also what it's doing is also, this card can be quite negative sometimes, because it's like, I see this card almost as someone, they're carrying so much, but they're nearly on the way to burnout because they're carrying so much and they can't see where they're going. But to me, this feels like you're building these different sticks up and it's bringing you to an end of an energetic cycle. And what that's doing is, I think that it's building up your spiritual strength, and that's the best way of really showing that. It's building you up energetically. These synchronicities, this information that you're receiving. And what this is doing, what I'm really seeing, that it's almost, by doing this, by receiving this information, by carrying this information, and I think sometimes you might not know where this information is coming from, it's actually connecting you to the Akashic records, which is what I see with this Wheel of Fortune. It's almost like you're connected to many different layers, almost possibly parallel universes or different realities, different dimensions. This is where I'm getting that feeling of ascension coming through. It's almost like you're being opened up through carrying on this information. You've been opened up, and this is revealing. It's almost revealing, giving you insights by seeing into the Akashic records. You're getting downloads and information, and what this is doing, I mentioned ascension before. You are able to go on with this information, but also what's happening is you see this person is actually on the horse. Yes, the Six of Wands can be to do with victory and that feeling of being praised. It's got that that Leo kind of energy, being seen, but also if you notice, this person is actually on a higher level. They've almost ascended compared to others around them. So this is what I see that's coming through here. It's almost like this is where I'm getting that word ascension from. But there's definitely a really, really strong process here of ascension. So I'm going to get more information. And what I'm going to get information on, I think, is, I feel like I need information for all of them just to go a bit deeper on this journey. So Spirit, for group 3, please can you give me information? Let's dive a bit deeper, please, for all these cards. For what door is next opening for people in group 3, please? So for the 4 of Cups, so what is coming through to them? What kind of messages are coming through? What are they carrying? What's been revealed to them in the Akashic records? And how is this elevating them? In what other ways is elevating them? Is this helping them to ascend? And on the bottom, we have the Hermit, which is enlightenment, which is self-analysis, deep, very deep knowledge that's coming through. So we have the 8 of Swords. So I almost see that at the moment, the mind is almost keeping you in some sort of prison, but this is going to change. This is the start of it. This person's blindfolded, but what will happen is this blindfold and these ties will easily come off. They can easily get out of these binds. This is almost like an illusion. It's almost like the mind trapping you is an illusion. It's not real. And when this happens, you start to notice these other things that are coming through you. Really, your other senses. It's almost like extrasensory perception that's been opened up for you. And then what we're carrying, yes, but I feel this is, it's feeling quite difficult. It's feeling like a bit of a struggle. It's almost like you're carrying different energy. Could be from other people, could be events or things that are held in the Akashic records. And it's almost like you're the one that's carrying the burdens, carrying the energies, and you don't know why. And this is feeling like a struggle. It's feeling like you're battling a lot in the world, and it's very energetic, I think. And then in the Akashic records, this to me is a way of, it's almost like you're connecting to something. It's almost like a gift that you have, which is maintained in the Akashic records. And this gift will actually help you to really bring that high vibration energy down and ground it into something really positive. It's like you've let all this energy go. What it's done, it's almost like it served its purpose. It's connected you through your extrasensory perception to the Akashic records, and it's almost connected you to something that you were, but you forgot about. and it's somewhere grounding something. We have an artisan here. We have someone working on something very, very creative and yeah, brilliant. So you're connecting to something there. So I feel there is a talent or a gift. And here we have a journey. So yes, this is your spiritual journey, the Eight of Cups. So again, we're navigating your spiritual. This is a long journey, really, through all of your incarnations, through all of your, where your soul has been up until now. And here we have this to me is symbolizing the ascension part of it. It's almost like you've grown, you've evolved to another level. Very interesting. So what I feel, I'm going to go to the Sacred Forest deck, the Sacred Forest Oracle deck, just to get a bit of more information about this for group 3, please. So what doorway is opening up for them, please? Wow, wood nymph, beauty. And this beauty is almost like this beauty, it's been revealed through the darkness. We have the moon, as we have the moon here, it's almost illuminating. Really, really bringing things out. And anything else, please? Bear spirit, healing, so a lot of healing. Yeah, this is very spiritual. A lot of healing is coming from this because it's almost like you're able to see through, it's almost like you're seeing through the veil. You can drop these sticks, you're connected to other planes, other realms of existence. This is bringing through healing and beauty as well. What else? I think we're going to go to the wild unknown archetypes. What's been opened up, please? What door's been opened for people in group 3, please? It's almost like now you've gone through this phase and now you can get your head down with all this information and really go forward to the next phase really victoriously. Wow. Thanatos. I think I'm pronouncing it right. I'm not entirely sure. What I'm seeing is it's like a web, really, of it's a really, really complicated web, and it's almost like you're seeing in the center of the web. And this to me is you connecting. You through the web, you're seeing through all the details, all the complexities, through the layers to other dimensions, and you're seeing. I'm trying to see what this image is actually. It's black and white, and we have different hands. These hands are like connected, and we have different faces here. And I see a person as a face here that's actually asleep. So I feel that there's something dormant that you were actually getting connection to. It's been really dormant for a long time, and it's almost like a skill or a talent you had in a previous life or in a previous existence or in a different dimension. You might have been interdimensional, and now this is being awoken, and this is the awakening process. It's almost like a key has been turned and you can progress to the next stage. This is what I'm seeing here, because you're able to see through this web, the blindfold's coming off, and it's almost like you're able to see the truth at the center of the web. It's like you're seeing the origin of things. That's what I'm seeing here. And it's actually not as bad as you thought. There's actually beauty that's come through, and the beauty is really your talent and your skill. Wow. Okay, so the next part of the reading will be Spirit. What can people in group 3 do to make the most out of this doorway that's opening for them? How can they make it as positive as possible for themselves, please? Okay. What have we got? We have the Six of Cups, followed by the Hanged Man, followed by the Ace of Pentacles. Wow. So this to me, I'm seeing here is really surrendering. surrendering to all the healing that's coming through. This healing might feel quite difficult because you're being connected not just to this life but to your past in this life. But I feel you're being connected to the Akashic records. There might be difficult things that are coming through. But what this is doing, this is healing you. It's almost healing your inner child. This information is healing you, and as we have here, we have healing. And what this is doing is actually, it's like setting you back on the road. It's almost on the road to recovery. So this Pentacles, this Eight of Pentacles can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people. It can mean money, it can be financial independence. It could be very much abundance, a new business opportunity. As I said before, a new talent that you can really bring out into the world. It can also mean physical healing as well. A lot of things that are three-dimensional. This is really the outcome of this door opening. But what it means is that you're having to go through a lot of old ground. And I feel that it's connecting to upper lives as well. And this is where this healing's coming from. And it's almost like you're being given a gift. This is this gift. As I mentioned before, this gift, this talent is being handed to you. This Hanged Man, as I said many times before, this is really that state of surrendering. It's almost like you're swinging in between this dimension and the other dimension. And by doing that, and you're hanging upside down, things are lighting up. We have the upper chakras lighting up. This is enlightenment. Remember we had I think it was this deck, we have the Hermit as well. This lantern of enlightenment is really glowing strongly for you by going through this connection. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'd like some more information, please, about the Six of Cups in regards to what is being healed, and also the Ace of Pentacles, this new way forward. So we have the Two of Swords. So to me, what I'm seeing instantly is difference. So both of these cards are blindfolded. Now this blindfold is almost like she's choosing to sit there, and what's happening is she's choosing to sit there, and it's almost like this sword is the past and this sword is the future. Or if we're not talking about linear time, it could be different dimensions or other lives, but this is what's coming through. This is the information that's coming through, and she's getting the clarity, but she's choosing to do that. She's not feeling restricted by doing that. Oh, wow, this is almost like your calling is really coming through. So this is telling me that it's something that needs to be really brought down to earth, and it's something very, very spiritual, very, very high vibrational. It's meant to come down to earth and meant to be grounded. Okay, so I do feel there's some sort of talent, and now it is time. So it could be anything. It could be music, it could be art, it could be writing, any form of writing, it could be making things, anything really, but you're supposed to bring it down, and this is your time now. You're bringing it down from the higher dimensions. It's like all these parts of yourself are being awoken. Remember we had that sleeping face within that web, if you can see. It's almost like these sleeping bodies or corpses, they're being awakened. Something is being awakened in you, and it's something that needs to be brought out and shined or shown on the planet Earth, or in this particular incarnation. So, I'm just going to get some last words of wisdom, please, for people in Group 3. Advice, please, Spirit, on how they can make the most out of this doorway that is opening for them. A very spiritual doorway, I think. There's something spiritual that's being brought into reality, something that can be grounded. The Royal You, yes, wonderful. And we have this lovely gold colour. Remember I was talking about that gold colour as well. And it's almost like that sense of personal sovereignty, which we have here as well with the Six of Wands. Is this self-confidence, this being self-assured. We have this lovely solar plexus energy with this gold colour around the number 16 as well. And also what's interesting, we have 1 and 6 makes 7 in numerology, and on this card as well, 5 and 2 makes 7 as well. So something beautiful. And because we're talking about the royal you, it's almost like a sense of personal sovereignty. Sovereignty is something beautiful about yourself. It might be something beautiful that you were able to do, a quality about yourself, but I really think it's some sort of beautiful talent that's going to come through and shine in all its glory. And what Spirit is saying, now it is time to do it. And this is part of your spiritual path. Really, really important for you. Let's go to this deck, I think. Any more advice, please, for people in group 3 about this? How they can make the most out of this doorway that is opening for them. Nurturing thyself. Wow. This to me as well, this is yoga, this is meditation, but it's actually being open. This to me is increasing your extrasensory perception. It's balancing all your energy centers, your chakras. It's having that connection to the divine and bringing it down. And what this is doing, this is expanding. You have all these colors that are being revealed. You're seen through the veil as well, but it's actually energizing you on all different levels. Spiritually or esoterically or, higher dimensions, but also you're grounding it as well. Beautiful. Thank you very much, Group 3, for a very, very interesting reading to finish off with. I hope you liked it. If you did, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And also, please feel free to leave any comments if you wish to do so. Okay, so thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.